Good morning and welcome to day 80 of walking from Mexico to Canada along the Pacific Crest Trail. My name is Prime and I'm walking 2,650 miles to raise money for combat stress. Had a good night last night, slept in a little bit, but I'm up now and I'm going to try and push for 25 miles again today. But there's a lot of elevation. There's over 5,800 feet of elevation throughout that 25 miles, but I'm hoping it's much more gradual than the Sierras. But we'll see how I get on. I would like the 25, but if I get slightly less, it's fine. It's a beautiful day, so I'm going to get hiking. Let's roll out. Apparently this is the trail. Looks just like bushwhacking to me. Is it through here? It's down there. I think it's through here. God. There's some parts of this that are absolutely not maintained at all. This is a nightmare to get through this morning. Because you're also on a side of a hill. You don't want to stray too far, otherwise you're off the trail and sliding down. Jeez. There's my cruisy trail from yesterday. I think some of this trail does not see any foot traffic apart from those of us doing the PCT. There'll be section hikers, but do they do all of it? It doesn't look like it. No, this doesn't look good. Get past it. Love it when they put bridges in. This morning's been tough going. A lot of overgrown areas. A lot of logs in the way. A lot of trees in the way. Problem when you've got a burn zone, it just gets massively overgrown and there's just debris and trees lying everywhere. Oh jeez. It just slows you down. The trail's not great either, it's on an angle. A lot of it's starting to slip away. I think that's a result of the fires as well. It weakens the ground. But we'll just have to keep pushing through. Got 25 miles to do. About to cross the bridge. I'm hoping that side's better for blowdowns than this side is. Now about to start heading up. Looks like I've got a lot of elevation for this next bit. There's a viewpoint quite far up. I'm hoping to get to that for lunch, but it's all up from here. Alright, looks like the other side's even worse. Trail's in here somewhere, but it's hard to find it. I think that's it up there. But with all the blowdowns and it's the debris, they take out the entire trail. And then you have to start wandering through the forest to try and reacquire it. Yes, looks like it here. Yeah, it's just a blowdown nightmare. Hopefully it stops eventually. But this is really going to slow me down. having to deal with all this all the time. So not only have we got to deal with elevation, narrow trails with slides, but we've also got all this crap in the way as well. It's going to be a long day, it really is. And you don't want to slip, because you're going down there. Jesus. Probably get this, maybe every 20-30 feet, blowdowns after blowdowns. Some you can get across, some you just got to fight through. It's going to be a tough elevation. Not a good ascent at all. Not good. These are everywhere. Not a good day. This is ridiculous. I've got about just over 1,500 feet of elevation to gain in about 4 miles. And I think this is going to be what it's going to be like for the whole time. So it's now after 10 o'clock and I made just over 7.5 miles. All because of this. It's continuous. Absolutely continuous. Had to contend with this today. This is the trail. Absolute nightmare. And because you're on a slant angle, you need to be careful you don't slip. This is horrific. Like, this really needs to be sorted out. This is not a trail anymore. That's amazing. I'm going to have my lunch down here out the wind. Enjoy the scenery. This has been an amazing lunch stop for a good rest, but I'm going to get things packed up and get back on trail. I've got about 12 miles to go and over 2,000 feet of elevation. Hopefully it's a lot better than the elevation I've just done. But I need to do it. I need to get my 25 miles done. I'm going to hit the trail again, so let's roll out. Look at what I just found here. I've also got a sign, Belden, 27.5 miles. That's where I'm heading tomorrow for my resupply. Let's have a look what's in the box. Lots of books. No food, but lots of books. So if you need something to read, this is the place to be. Let's put my name in the book then. If things look a little bit different on the video now, it's because my tripod fell over when I was doing a bit of filming. And it ended up breaking a lens cover that I had for the GoPro. It was almost like a little pair of sunglasses. So when it's really bright, it helps bring out the colours. I'm hoping it's not too much of an impact because GoPros are quite good at adapting, but I'll have to look and see how it's affecting the videos. This is the lens here. It's all cracked all over it. So, no more sunglasses for the GoPro. The trail has definitely been better than it was this morning. Still been some blowdowns, but the trail's a lot better. It's walking through the forest rather than walking on the edge of a mountain. So I'm able to get some better speed up. Unfortunately, my average speed still hasn't moved up yet. It'll take some time as it dropped down all the way to 2.2 mile an hour, which is pathetic. Right now it's up to 2.3. Hopefully as I continue on, I'll get back to my proper pace. It just takes a while for the Garmin to work out the average pace again. Still have elevation, and I still have a lot of distance. But as long as I can get some good stretches where I can pick up speed and there's nothing really to slow me down, that should help. I'm going to keep pushing to the 25 mile point, whether it takes me all day or not. This is what I would class as cruisy trail. Really nice under your feet, good gradient, no blowdowns, walking through a nice forest, you hear the birds and everything. It's a good part of the trail, especially after what I went through this morning. I just want to hike. You know, I've said it before, that's all I want to do. I just want to hike. I don't want to have to go through an obstacle course. I know it's part of it. I know we have to do blowdowns and stuff, but I just want to hike. That's all I want to do. This is an amazing part of the trail. Totally freshly maintained. I can't imagine what state this must have looked like for them to have to put this much effort into clearing the trail. But they've totally carved it back into the ground. Thank you, trail maintainers. Yous are absolute heroes. Another bear just in there. Looks quite young. There he is. He's heading away. That is so cool, just saw my second bear. He did look quite young, not as big as the first one I saw. So he's just wandering way back up the hill. Got some footage on my phone zoomed in, but it's not the greatest. I see myself a second bear. Nice. It's funny how you go through the Sierras with your bear can and you see nothing, and you traipse through the desolation wilderness where it requires you to have a bear can if you have to stay, and you see nothing, and then you come into NorCal and you see bears. Crazy. And you don't need a bear can here. Just have to have good food discipline. That was cool. Right, gonna push on. Is that a trail range there over there? Let's have a look. Yes, it is. Let's get sighted. There's no water at camp. Filled up from here, and I'm heading uphill. So I still have over 2 miles to go and quite a lot of elevation, but the trail has been really good. It's a nice steady incline, so I'm hoping that continues all the way to the top. Look at this for a blowdown. Absolute monstrosity. Trails on the other side. I had to go up round, all the way around here and back down. That was horrific. There's blowdowns everywhere. Not having fun. I am at mile 1273.7. This is where I'm going to stay. Still sunny. My tent lines is right, so I was going to go a little bit further into the woods, but I need the sun, so I'm going to stay here. So I'm going to close this video up. I've got little mosquitoes flying around now, bugging me. I've had my dinner and chilled out, so it's now time to get in my tent and have a rest. So let's go through what I did today, because today was a really difficult day, especially when I compare it to yesterday, which I got 28 miles and it was nice and easy, compared to today, which wasn't so. So let's have a look at what I did. So I did just over 25 miles, and it was a tough 25 miles, especially at the start with all the blowdowns and stuff. And even the last 2 miles getting to camp, there was lots of blowdowns, but at least I've got a good spot in the sun and I'm set up for heading into Belden tomorrow. So let's have a look at my elevation and descent. So elevation 5,771, big day. Descent 3,068. So the elevations aren't over yet. They keep getting worse and worse. And this morning it was made worse by all the blowdowns. Elevation and narrow tracks, sliding off a mountain and blowdowns, not fun. I'm glad I made the 25 and it sets me up really good for Belden. So I'm heading there tomorrow for real food and to get a resupply. Belden's just over 14 miles away. There's a little bit of ascent, but most of it's descent. I'm hoping that doesn't slow me down. It looks like all the major descents right at the end with all the switchbacks. So I'm hoping they're relatively painless for me getting down to get some town food, get resupplied, and then push on. From where I am, the road junction to Chester is about 44 miles away. So I'm hoping once I get to Belden, get resupplied, I can try and push the rest of the miles that day. I'm hoping tomorrow to get at least 23, but there's a lot of elevation after Belden, so it depends on how that is. I would like to get the 25 because that would make life so much easier, because then I've got one full day and then hopefully a half day into Chester. But we'll just have to see how it goes. There is blowdowns, but there is good parts of the trail. So I'm going to leave it here before I get eaten alive. So if you like the content, please like, share and subscribe, and above all else, help out combat stress, and I'll see you in the morning for another day on the Pacific Crest Trail.